Picture this. You've been playing CS for 9 months, you've been trading really hard, and you've been making profit non-stop. You finally worked your way up to a skin that's actually worth something. You're in a position where you have something worth way more than market and you want to trade something for it. You're not sure when the right item will come around, and then you meet somebody on Steam. Somebody with the perfect item, something that you absolutely need in your inventory, and they're willing to overpay you for it. Everything seems great, and then you get scammed. What I'm going to show you guys today is probably one of the most dangerous scams that you can fall into on Steam, and that's the issue with it, is it happens on Steam. Most common scams in CSGO involve third-party websites or Chrome extensions, or a third party who you have to give your skin to first. This method involves none of those things. Out of any scam that anybody has ever told me they've fallen for, this one is probably the most common, and it's also the most simple. So today I'm going to show you guys how not to fall for it. So guys, what I've prepared is a mock trade, and I have made my own chat as well. This is my first and second account, so I'm basically talking to myself, which, as lonely as that is, it's going to help you guys understand this a lot better. But any scammer in this game can act just like a normal guy. I know I make jokes about them all being like super foreign and having, you know, no good English or whatever it may be, but I have met scammers who are just like 12-year-old kids from Kentucky. They don't care. So the chat I've prepared for you guys is going to be the picture perfect trade, something that goes down exactly how you want it to as the person making profit, and everything is perfect until the very end when you realize that you've been finessed. So the chat starts out with the person who wants your skin saying, hey, we talked on that trade server, in this case it's about an AK. Now the chat may not always start this way, I don't know where you're going to meet this person, but it's going to start like a normal trade chat. They're going to act like they're interested in trading for your skin, and the point of them spending the time doing this is to build your trust a little bit so you don't really think twice and don't think anything is wrong. This causes you to kind of drop your guard a little bit, and this is where they take advantage. So basically the chat goes on, I say, yeah, are you interested? And they say, for sure. What do you want for it? Then I say, I'll take a look at your inventory. I'm trying to get a little over market. It has an I buy power sticker on it in a rare position. They respond with, I figured you would. I'm fine with that as long as it isn't a crazy amount. Let me know what skin you want. I said, all right, give me 1 sec. So in this case, I would open up a trade and I would look through Gremlin's inventory and find a skin that they wanted. So I throw in my item and then I'd click on his inventory and I'd kind of look around for a little bit. For the sake of this video, just for simplicity's sake, let's pretend that my AK with overpay is worth $100 even. That's going to be 40 keys. Now, my second account is pretty much a trash can, so I don't really have any skins in here, but let's pretend for the sake of this video that this P250 sand dune is worth $120. So my skin is worth $100, and I'm asking for $20 overpay, which for an I buy power sticker, that's really not that much. So I'm happy with this trade, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to confirm the trade contents, and I'm going to make the offer. I'm going to confirm it on Steam just as I would with any other trade offer, and I'm going to send it to Gremlin. Now let's say a couple minutes pass. I'm waiting for Gremlin to accept this trade. I'm excited that I'm about to make $20 overpay and, actually make profit on something for once. And then I get a message like this. It can be one of the two. It can be something completely different. You never know. But the bottom line is they're going to say the trade didn't go through. You can get something like, I got an error when I accepted the trade, I'll resend, or accidentally decline the trade, I'll resend. No matter what the reason may be, they're always going to resend the trade. Now when this happens, it's not that sketchy because people change trades up all the time. I've had people send me trades before and then I've traded off some of the skins that they had in their trade, so the trade had to be resent with different skins. It's not very uncommon for a trade to not go through on Steam, so somebody resending the trade is really not a big deal. Now I know generally when I trade with people on Steam, I have trust in them until they give me a reason not to trust them, so in this case I would just be like, that's fine, and then I'd wait for them to resend the trade. So you wait patiently for a minute or two, and then you get another message saying that the trade was sent. So you click on it to respond to it, and you look really quickly and you see that your Jaguar is in there for his sand dune. Everything looks good. You accept the trade. Congratulations, you just got scammed. Now for a lot of people who are really experienced with trading, I'm sure you know exactly what just happened and you've seen it happen before, and the issue lies within the trade itself. If you don't know, I'll pretty much spell it out for you. What you were originally trading for was a minimal wear P250 sand dune. This P250 sand dune is field tested. Now obviously you're not going to ever be in a situation where you're going to be trading with a P250 sand dune, but people do this with knives. Scammers will go as far as to having a second inventory full of knives in battle scarred or well-worn condition, and they just swap them out when you're not paying attention, and then you end up trading them an item that's worth maybe $40 or $50 more than what they're trading you. Now a good way to see how this actually happens is by looking at lower or mid-tier knives. If you're trading high-tier stuff, this generally doesn't happen, and normally if you have really really high tier stuff, you're experienced enough with trading and the CSGO market as a whole to not fall for this. However, for the newer person who just got a knife, or somebody who's been trading for a while but hasn't really traded with knives or high tier stuff at all, this is a really easy scam to fall for. As you can see, if you look, this is a field tested flip knife safari mesh, and this is a well-worn one. The stock photos look identical. So if you're actually looking at this in Steam, the picture is so insignificantly different, it's very easy to not even check the condition of the skin and just accept the trade because everything looks like it's in order. This can get very confusing, especially if you're trading with multiple items. Like, let's say that I was trading 8 of my items for 8 of their items. It'd be very easy for the person trying to scam you to switch one of these items out for something that's worth a lot less. A good example of this would be the XM1014 Seasons, which has a rare pattern. It's very easy for somebody to just switch that skin, and maybe even in the same condition, for one without the rare pattern, and then you're overpaying for a normal skin. It's a super simple scam, but it is super dangerous because a lot of people don't expect it. Now, I can say that this has happened to me quite a few times, and I do know a perfect way to avoid it, and that's really just to pay attention. I open up Steam Analyst, which is like the price guide for CSGO skins. Most traders use it, and I individually go over every single one of my items, and I price all of them, and then I double check it to make sure it's good, and then I also do the same thing for the person I'm trading with's items to make sure that theirs price up as well. Because say that they had a minimal wear sand dune in here, and they ended up sending me a trade and they switched it for a field tested one, I may not notice if I'm just looking over it. But if you actually go and look at every single skin and every single condition, and you plug it into Steam Analyst and add it up, you can 100% assure yourself that you're not going to get scammed. It is a little time consuming, but you know, taking the extra 2 or 3 minutes to do it as opposed to losing like $50 is definitely worth it in my opinion. The best way to ensure that you don't get scammed with this is to always be the one to send the trade. If you're sending the trade and you're an honest person, if you're sending them the right items and they accept, it's fine. If you're in a position where you can't send the trade and the other person does send the trade first, once again, just open up Steam Analyst and plug all the items in and make sure everything is okay. It's very easy to even just forget a key when you're making a trade, and then you lose $2 extra that you could have had if you just paid attention. I hope that everything was clear and it made sense, and I hope that this can help you guys kind of stay a little more observant when you're trading on Steam, because you don't necessarily need to be involved with some third-party website to fall for a scam. It can literally happen to anybody. All that it takes is not paying enough attention to see the signs and realize that you're being finessed. I hope that this video helps you guys. I really hope it does. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them in the comments below or follow me on Twitter and you can tweet them at me there. With that said, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will have some new content for you very soon. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.